What's up, athletes? Welcome back to the channel. So you've been training hard, prepping for your next race, but unsure if you're race ready. Well, in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to transition from the build phase of your training program into your peak phase, so you show up to race day not only ready to rock, but hopefully smash a PR. And if you stick around till the end, I'll give you my secret sauce for ensuring you have the best race day possible. Let's dig in. All right, athletes, so I am prepping Ironman 70.3 Salem. I'm 4 weeks out. Today's video, we are going to talk about transitioning from your build phase, where we're building up all that volume, into the peak phase so you can be race ready and have the best race of your life. So my build phase, before we get into it, it's very important to note these mileages are going to be very different than what you're doing based on your race schedule. So not only am I preparing for Ironman 70.3 in 4 weeks, but I have Ironman California at the end of October. So my build phase right now is a combo pack of 70.3 as well as full distance. So these mileages are going to be much higher than what I would normally do if I was heading into just a 70.3 race. So today I crushed an 80-mile bike ride, and I had two main objectives for race preparation. Number one, wearing my race kit. So I wore my tri-suit and my new Aero helmet to give that a shot. Both worked beautifully, no chafing, no hot spots, felt wonderful, so that was great. Second, more important, really focused on nutrition and hydration, because that is so important in races, especially if they're gonna be hot, like Salem, Oregon's gonna be in the end of July. So every 30 minutes, I made sure I was drinking my electrolyte water, and every hour I was ensuring that I consumed at least 100 calories. And let me tell you the difference that it made from my last bike ride, where I wasn't focusing on that, to this bike ride. I felt faster, I felt stronger, I felt more clear. So if you're struggling on the bike at all, remember, nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. Those calories, those hydrations can literally bring you back from the dead. So whether it's in training or race, if you start feeling a little bit off, consume calories, and I promise you it'll make a world of difference. So that was my bike ride today. Yesterday, I did a 15-mile run. I was trying to do zone 2, but I felt so good and so strong that I ended up picking up the pace a little bit. So I did 15 miles at about an 8:39 pace, and the calf felt amazing. So that gives me just the world of confidence going into this race with a healthy calf. That's what's most important to me at this point. And my swim, which is my weakest sport, was 3,000 meters. I think I did about 142 to 144 pace. So that feels really, really good. But more importantly, with the swim, because it's my weakest discipline, you can feel good days and you can feel bad days. And the last 4 weeks in a row have been good days. And that's a very, very good indication that my endurance and my training program are working perfectly as I round into form, okay? So now I have to move from this build phase, where I've been building up the mileage, building up the volume, into peak. And peak, we're gonna start to taper off on the volume a little bit, but what we want to do is increase specificity. Specificity means race simulations as much as possible, which in triathlon means brick efforts. What is a brick? A brick is taking two sports, putting them back to back, just like a race. So typically it would be a swim and a bike together, but the most common is easily doing the bike to the run. That's extremely important, because running off of the bike, if you've never done it, is a new sensation, and it's very, very easy to run much too fast off the bike. So you have to learn to control that pace. So heading into Ironman 70.3, that means I have 3 weeks and then race week, which race week is obviously rest and recovery. So heading into it, next week is going to be my biggest, hardest brick workout. I'm going to do 3 hours on the indoor trainer, followed by a 13-mile run. So for me, that is a race simulation. Essentially, the distances I'm going to be covering. Again, not necessary for you to do that big of a brick. I'm doing it for 2 reasons. Number one, that's where my fitness is because I'm preparing for Ironman California. So if my fitness is there, I want to test it. So I go into the race knowing exactly what I can do. And number 2, again, because of Ironman California, I need to keep up a little bit higher load in this peak phase, knowing I don't have much time to waste after the race. I got to get back on it. Okay. So a 3-hour indoor bike followed by a 13-mile run. Once I get that accomplished, assuming I feel great, I'm happy, I'm healthy, then I'm going to start peeling the load way back. So the following week is going to be my last brick effort. And that brick is going to be a 2-hour indoor bike followed by a 1-hour run. So much shorter, right? Again, at this point, what we're trying to do is get the fatigue out of the body, knowing that all the work, all the endurance, all the strength is already accomplished. Okay. Now, as it pertains to my swimming, I don't peel that back at all. The truth is the swim is my weak spot. I need as many reps as I possibly can. And swimming doesn't put any fatigue on my body pretty much whatsoever. I only swim once a week, do 1 long swim a week. So for me, I'll just keep my swims going. So I show up to the race, finely tuned, ready to rock. After those 2 weeks, then I head into my taper. What a taper is your opportunity to get the fatigue out of the body so you can show up on race day fresh. We've done all this training. What we don't want to do is show up on race day with heavy legs, tons of fatigue, and a lot of stress. So 2 weeks before, my volume is going to go down to about 20% of what I normally do. And I'm just going to maintain that going into the race. Okay. Now, I talked about my secret sauce. As I prepare for these races and my volumes go down, there's some psychological stuff that can start happening. You start feeling like your fitness is going out the window. Okay. So secret sauce number 1 is when you start to feel that, remind yourself how fit and fantastic you are. You've already put in the work. Tapering for 2 weeks will not lose any fitness whatsoever. So have the confidence in the work that you've done. You are fit, you are fabulous, you're going to rock out on the race. So don't let that negativity start to creep in. Secret sauce number 2 for me, I'm really going to start dialing up yoga for mobility, relaxation, as well as ice bath and sauna. We're going to do a video on ice bath and sauna here in a couple weeks. Pros and cons to it. One of the biggest cons is icing, especially after big efforts, actually hurts muscle growth and it hurts hypertrophy, right? But as we head into a race, our endurance is already done, our strength is already done. We're not going to get any more actual gains from now till race day. So getting rested and recovered and as fresh as we possibly can is the most important. So I'll start going to my ice bath place twice a week for the next 3 weeks like clockwork. So when I show up to race day, as much of the fatigue as I possibly can is out of the system and I am ready to rock. All right, athletes, I hope today's video was helpful, showing you how to transition from the build phase of your training into the peak phase so you're as race ready as you possibly can be. Please drop a comment below. Let me know what race you're prepping for and any challenges that you're facing. And as always, hit the like and the subscribe button to stay up to date on my weekly training and motivational triathlon videos. Thanks again, athletes. And as always, I'll see you on the start line.